Hey y'all, thank you for joining me for this month's episode of Soul Food Sundays. I am trying my damnedest to get this message to y'all in obedience to what the Spirit has poured into me, which is to release it early. So I try to do Soul Food Sundays and have it released by the first Sunday of the month, but I am being led to actually release it a little early and on the last Sunday of this month, which is October. However, I have been under the weather since the day of the solar eclipse. So, what was that? A week, 2 weeks ago? It seemed like it's been forever. I am feeling a lot better, but I'm still not 100. So, my nose is still running. I still got this cough. Been having hot flashes. And yeah, so I'm gonna push through. Just saw 111, which I've been seeing a lot um, as we are moving into a new chapter, personally and collectively. Um, but I'm going to push through because I have also been receiving a lot of downloads. Um, the sinus and allergy symptoms that I've been experiencing, I am pretty sure are just ascension symptoms. I've had a headache that was not your normal headache. It was just like a sharp pain that I felt on this side of my head, and I only felt if I moved my head a certain way. And it came when I did the co-creating event that I did on uh, October, was it 18th? I was cleansing the space, saging and praying, cleansing the space, and I felt a pain in my head, like something had just opened up. It was like a sharp pain. So I know that was my crown chakra being activated. I pulled some cards on it. Crown chakra activation. Um, and yeah, actually it was crystal skull activation or something like that. But the energy was that of having clarity of thought, remembering who you are, being clear about your mission, your life purpose, that sort of thing. And ever since then, it's just been on and motherfucking popping. So I hope that this lunar eclipse that we are having tomorrow, or pretty much experiencing now because we're in the shadow period of it, um, is about to close out, be the culmination of whatever I got going on, because this activation ain't been no help. Okay. Um, but I've been receiving some downloads, and even though I ain't gonna lie, I wanted to wait like maybe another week or so to when I'm probably 100% feeling better. Spirit was like, nah, G. Now, so here we are. So I'm gonna share with you guys the downloads that I've been experiencing. If you've been having some ascension symptoms or been having some just odd different experiences during this eclipse season, feel free to share down in the comment box because we in this shit together, okay? Um, and I'm gonna share the downloads, and then I pulled some cards from the Sacred Rebels because we definitely need to tap into that rebel with a cause energy. And then I'm going to clarify it with the Ancestor Spirit Oracle cards, because at this time of the year, it is said that the veil is the thinnest. We get the most clear and vivid visitation from our ancestors, messages from our spirit guides. This is the time where we are to venerate and honor them on the Day of the Dead, which is either November 1st or 2nd. So that's a good time if you have not to create your ancestor altar and venerate your ancestors. If you're not sure how to do that, you can definitely inbox me at turquoisemajesty@gmail.com. I'll be more than happy to give you some tips. One thing that I have been led to do is to put coffee on my ancestor altar for my ancestors, and so that's something I need to work on because I don't even drink coffee, so therefore I don't buy coffee. So apparently I need to buy some and make some and put it on my altar in honor of my ancestors, and so that's something that I plan to do in celebration of their support, their sacrifice. I tell you, them signs of synchronicity's been showing up something serious from my ancestors. My brother Damien, the biggest Grizzly fan I ever met in my life, been coming through. And when I tell you, when he was living, that boy didn't play about me, and he don't play about me now that he's on the other side. My brother Damien been coming through hard body. My brother Darius Munn been coming through hard body. My great grandma, my daddy. So yeah, definitely want to set aside that time to give thanks and honor to my ancestors. And I've been receiving some downloads about how, as a collective, many of us are what's considered, like when I worked in academia, to be first generation grads. So I feel like I've spent my whole life in college in some aspect. I've done everything in college except for teach students. I taught faculty how to apply for grants. So I would train faculty on how to apply for federal grants and foundational grants. But I went to graduate school. Went to undergrad, went to grad, and then started working in higher ed. So I worked at the University of Tennessee for University of Tennessee Health Science Centers for 8 years. In various capacity, I worked as campus police for 4 years, and I got promoted to academic administrative assistant, to academic coordinator, to recruitment and admissions, and I did all the shit. And then I did grants and contracts administration as a research administrator at St. Jude, which St. Jude is kind of considered a higher ed institute because it's where a lot of postdocs go to continue their learning and their studies, and then left there and went to the University of Memphis. And I did all of that as a first generation grad, meaning I'm the first in my family, my generation, to graduate from college. And what I've learned during my tenure as a student in college, as well as working in at a college, colleges, is that there are specific programs and tools and resources that they have available for first generation grads, and that's for a reason. I'm gonna get to the point, y'all. That I'm not just telling my business to be telling my business. There are specific resources and shit available for first generation grads because they are at a disadvantage, because those who grew up in households or come from families where other people graduated before them, they are provided a certain level of support. Their financial status tends to be different. Their financial support tends to be different. They're able to get support from people who've had the experience that they are not now having. And so that's different. And so they provide all kind of resources and programs, scholarships for first generation grads, because typically they don't get that. I didn't know this shit when I was in undergrad and was a first generation grad. So I didn't benefit from none of it. I didn't really start learning about this type of stuff until I was working on the admission side of things, and I was going through students' applications when they were applying for different programs that I worked for and shit like that. That first generation grad was actually a big thing. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like being a minority and the different resources and programs they have available for that. Many of us on our spiritual journey are like first generation grads. We are those who were selected, who signed up via our sacred contract to break generational curses, to rebirth different skills and talents, and to be the first millionaires, and to heal a trauma and abuse and ignorance and lack consciousness and poverty consciousness within our familial lines, to be that one that implements radical self-love and draws boundaries and maintains and upholds boundaries, and doing the things that create a better future for future generations in the family as well as in the collective. So never think about the work that you're doing on yourself is just solely for yourself, because energetically it's always going to have some effect on the collective as a whole, right? So as first generation grads spiritually, there's support available to us when we're thinking and feeling that our cross is too heavy to bear, like we being called to do something that's just overwhelming. It's too much. It's like the 10 of Wands and the tarot, where we carrying all of these wands, all this responsibility, and we need help. You know what I'm saying? Just all 11. We are to call on help from our ancestors. We are to draw from help from our community. We are to be receptive and in our feminine energy, not trying to act like we got it all together and we know it all, and I'm gonna do it by myself. And when I tell you, my ass is not the one to be even giving this sermon shit because that's something that I've gotten a lot better with, but I still kind of struggle with, like, asking for the help I need on certain things, especially when it comes to certain people. But we living in those times, we got a lot going on in the collective. We got the massacre that's going on over in Palestine. My prayers are with them over there, our brothers and sisters in Gaza. We got the massacre that just occurred in Maine. My prayers are with them as they're going through such horrific and tragic occurrences that are divinely designed to get our attention and keep it. Because we can't keep slapping a band-aid on these things and having a candlelight visual and turning our head to what's going on in the collective. Mental health, the mental health crisis is at an all-time high. I saw a girl, I'm at the light, and I hear a car like come to a screeching halt. I thought it was an accident, but I didn't hear a boom at the end, right? So I'm like, they couldn't have hit nobody, but damn, was your brakes going out? What's going on? So kind of find out. It's the girl in the truck in the lane next to me, behind the car next to me. So I look at my rearview mirror and I see her, and this motherfucker going nuts. Get the fuck out the way. Move. So should I move? Because I don't know what the hell she got going on. I don't know if she's trying to get somebody pregnant to the hospital. They in the car fighting. I don't know what the hell going on. So I swerve over to the next lane in front of the car next to me, just so this bitch can go do whatever it is she so adamantly trying to do. And then it dawned on me, ain't nothing wrong with this girl, because she cussing us out. She calling everybody in traffic bitches and hoes. Don't play with me, bitch. Get the fuck out the way. Da, 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 da. Move, hoe. And she done pulled out and ran a red light and made a left turn with oncoming traffic coming, and just a maniac. So I'm like, where's Ashton Kutcher? You know what I'm saying? So I pull off when the light turns red. She gone about her business. I look to my right. I see a lady sitting on a bench having a full out, dramatic, loud, and proud ass conversation with herself. And I was like, yeah. People are not here. And for that reason, we are to take our missions, our calling, that much more serious. Our mental health, our emotional health, our spiritual health, that much more serious, because it's been real out here, but it's getting realer than real. And so we are to do our parts. For many of us as first generation grads, and on our spiritual journey, and do our part in this collective reckoning that's taking place. And so in order for us to take back what the locust has stolen, we're needing to understand where we are as first generational grads and get over what we've been taught about working with ancestors and working with the dead, and know that energy never dies. Their energy still lives, and it is amongst us. We are needing to develop relationships with our transitioned loved ones and our ancestors, and know that we have ancestors who are supporting us, rooting for us, pushing us forward, presenting opportunities to us, opening roads and making ways for us that we've never even met before, never seen, never thought of. Because you have to think about it. We have so many ancestors that came before the ones that we met, and they have transitioned as well, and they rooting for us. You know what I'm saying? And so know that you have that extra support for your particular situation where you feel like you may be lacking. The support is there, and we're needing to ask for it. We're needing to be open to it and present, and we're also needing to understand that many of us are showing up like wolves in sheep's clothing. And a wolf is a very instinctual animal. Wolves tend to move in a pack. They value community. They also can thrive. You've heard of the term lone wolf. So I've been seeing a lot of wolf synchronicity, specifically the gray wolf synchronicity been coming through for me. But wolves are primitive. They can play it cool and then get right nasty with your ass, you know what I'm saying, in order to survive. And that is what we're needing to do, and how we're needed to show up where we're needed to be. But many of us are showing up as wolves in sheep's clothing. And sheeps are followers. Sheeps are not the most intelligent animals. That's why they have shepherds. That's why they are led in certain directions, because sheep will follow one another off a cliff. Sheeps have a demeanor that is known to be meek and mild, and they just follow the crowd. And so many of us, we act like that, and we dumb ourselves down, we dim our light, and we follow whatever the masses are doing, when instinctively, intuitively, or naturally, we're wolves, and we're needing to take off our costumes at a time where people are putting their costumes on. With Halloween coming up, we're needing to take ours off and quit pretending to not be the warrior or the high priestess or the high priest or the divine being that we are, and to show our true colors in this world, and know that we have our ancestors' support as we step out on not only faith but have the courage to do so. So shit, I don't even need to pull no cards. We already 18 minutes in. I basically gave y'all the reading, but that's been my downloads, y'all. That's been my downloads, just about how it's time. It's time to rebel against the paradigms that we have been conditioned to abide by, the rules that we've been conditioned to follow, showing up as who we've been told to be, playing Mr. and Mrs. Nice Guy, when sometimes honoring ourselves requires not being nice, but being direct, being firm. And so we want to keep that in mind. I have pulled some cards from the Sacred Rebels, and the card that was at the top of the deck was number 23. Defend to the end, the worthwhile. This 23 card is just reminding me of the reading that I did about it being our Jordan year, or somebody's some of y'all's Jordan year, with the number 23 being significant. But this card is in all gray. And this woman, her mascara is running. She's been crying. Even though it hurts, she's defending what she finds valuable. And she has a owl sitting at her crown chakra with wisdom and knowledge coming through from the ancestral realm, from the divine. This is our calling, to defend to the end that which we find to be worthwhile. So it will behoove us all to take some time to really see what it is that we value. What will we defend? What will we fight for? Because we're needing to really prioritize some shit. I'm hearing sirens as I say this, because that confirms the urgency and also the support of Archangel Michael, which reminds me that I did an event tonight. It was Trolley Night in downtown Memphis. Dope ass event. Trolley Night. South Main didn't know how much they needed some Turquoise Majesty energy, baby. I lit that goddamn street up, and all I had to do was just be myself and shine my light. And I had my sis Zoo with me, and we had such a good time, and we left an imprint on everybody who we met tonight. So shout out to everybody that I met tonight at Trolley Night, the very last Trolley Night of the year. I would definitely see y'all next season. But on my way home, I was hearing in my head, someone please call 911. Tell them I just got shot down, and the bullets in the gun, and it's piercing through my soul. Feel my body turning cold. I might have sung that all wrong, but it's Wyclef Jean and Mary J. Blige, and it talks about the guy Wyclef is singing about how his lover has pierced his heart. That is what is required of us, to defend that which penetrates our heart. And it's urgent that we prioritize those things with all that's going on around us, because it's time to stop bullshitting. It's time to stop playing. It's time to stop wasting our time, our energy, our resources, our gifts. The world is in need of our medicine, and that's specific to whoever you are and what you bring to the table. Everybody's gifts and talents do not look the same. It's not about how much money you got. It's not about what you've been through or what you're going through. It's about you showing up for that which you value and are being called to do, and defending it. And so I'm going to read that message, but I'm also going to read the message that's at the bottom of the deck, which is the number 4, against the grain. So 23 breaks down to a 5, right? And then at the bottom of the deck, we have 4 against the grain, which means there's a stepping back of some sort. That just a moment of reflection even, because 5 and 4, that's a digression. So there's a moment of reflection so that we can really take a moment to think about what we value and how it is calling us to go against the grain, how it's calling us to be different and not swim, not go in the same direction as the rest of the flock. Like I said with the sheep. In this car here, this person, she's butt ass naked, this ass all over your camera, all over your screen. But we know that in the tarot or in spirituality, being naked means being vulnerable. And she's swimming against the tide and not with it, going against the grain. You have these birds here, they go in one direction, she going the other. So we're going to get into the message, and then I'm going to clarify with the ancestor spirit, because the ancestors want me to deliver a message directly from them at this time. So with number 23, defend to the end the worthwhile. It says, beneath the illusions, pretty as they may seem, you know what is real. Beneath the lies, sweet though they may sound, you know what is worthwhile. All that is genuinely and truly essential for the heart to throb with life is worthwhile. That bullet to the heart, like in that song, I'm going to put it on the community board, so y'all can check out the lyrics to that song, and it may apply to some of you in some way. It says, all that is genuinely and truly essential for the heart to thrive with life is worthwhile. Anything that dulls it or suffocates its vibrant aliveness must be questioned, challenged, and more than likely cast aside, for the heart is our key to living an authentic life. What is there once that is compromised? Without its foundation of truth, we are to be forever lost in confusion, doubt, and despair. You are a sacred warrior. I was just talking about us being called into that warrior energy, not showing up like sheep when we really are wolves. A defender of the heart. You have cried genuine tears of your own grief and also the grief of the world. You have raged at injustice and oppression in your own life and in the world. You have felt the need to protect the presence of love, for whilst it is exceptionally powerful, it can too easily be smothered under lies and fear. The sacred warrior must not heed the dangerous voices that say, oh, stop being so sensitive. Stop making so much a big deal out of things. Love is the biggest deal there is. What else is worth being so sensitive about? The sacred warrior is vigilant that the presence of love is not chipped away by fear, criticism, doubt, or untruths. Even if others find the unclenching honesty of your feelings difficult to handle, even if those feelings are expressed with gentleness and compassion, the sacred warrior honors the task of being more faithful to love than to anything else. So this is a calling to, this is putting us on notice that we are experiencing a heart chakra awakening, a higher heart activation where we are loving in ways that we have never loved before. We're expressing our loves that we have never expressed it before. So that is part of the calling, but also that we're to be fearless about it. And even if we feel the fear, we are to move forward like warriors and express it and live in it and exude it and embody it. Anyway, we are to prioritize love. It says this includes the fear of loss. Actually, it includes the fear of anything at all. When I tell y'all my nose so damn stopped up, I ain't got a lick of tissue around me. This oracle brings guidance to honor even the smallest steps in your path of the sacred warrior. They are no less important than the more noticeable or dramatic actions on the path. One single misstep can begin a landslide of great devastation. Being vigilant with what is meaningful and what is truthful, even in the smallest and seemingly most insignificant ways, strengthens the sacred warrior and prevents darkness from gaining a stronghold from the inside. That darkness will be intelligent and sneaky. Hell yeah. Do not underestimate just how crafty your fears are and how they try to creep in and keep you from doing that which love is calling you to do. It will tell you that it doesn't matter, that this one time you can forget what you promised, that you are just one person and that you can't make a difference anyway. That darkness will lure you into sleepy ambivalence and dull your light if you allow it to. The sacred warrior within will fight with love and honor to be true what has meaning and never ever allow it to be cast aside, even if it seems easier in the moment. The sacred warrior finds joy and humor in life to prevent the seriousness of the task from stifling the heart that just wants to live and be free. That joy brings strength to the warrior and an expanded, relaxed awareness that can sense the presence of fear, whether it is masked as anger, hate, or doubt, and immediately respond to it with fierce compassion. The sacred warrior will not allow fear to gain a stronghold within the heart. This oracle has special guidance for you. You are being asked to stay strong and stand your ground. This might be in a big emotional journey that feels like the fight of your life. It may be in a matter that does not seem to hold much importance. Perhaps, for example, you are contemplating an idea that you feel could be something, but those around you declare that it is nothing much, too impractical, too little, or too much. However, what is happening or soon will be happening is worthwhile. So hold tight. Ask for help through the healing process. Stay true to the sacred warrior of love that you are, and defend to the end all that is worthwhile. So it has like a little prayer. It says, put your hands on your heart and say, I call upon the sacred warriors of unconditional love. I ask for your support, protection, assistance, and intervention on my behalf through unconditional love. That what is truly worthwhile for the light and life of the heart be protected and preserved within me and in the world. For the greater good through my own free will, so be it. It's time to surrender that thing or whatever it is. For many of us, we've been so hurt in love and we don't trust ourselves when it comes to love. We ain't trying to experience what we've experienced before. And then we relegate ourselves to listening to the stupid ass advice of others who they ain't got the calling that you got. I know I used to be stuck in fucked up relationship dynamics, listening to people who they ain't me. And they used to be like, nah, you just too sensitive. Or that's just how men are. You know what I'm saying? You just got to accept that that's how men are. I refuse. I refuse that all men are that goddamn low vibrational and toxic. I just don't. I have more faith in men. I have more faith in women. I have more faith in my friendships and my family relationships and dynamics. I have acceptance. I can accept that people, some specific people are with the shit, and some relationships are not worth my time, energy, effort, or devotion. I get that. But everybody with the shit, I just refuse to believe that, because I'm not. I give genuine, unconditional, good love. You know what I'm saying? Somebody out there got to have the capacity to give it back in return. Be that in a friendship, in a family connection, in a romantic connection. And so that gives me hope. I still have faith, and I defend to the end the worthwhile, because for me, love is worthwhile when it's true, when it's shared, when it's aligned. You know what I'm saying? So at the bottom of the deck, we have Against the Grain. I've already showed you guys the image, and I am going to read the message for that one as well. And then I'm going to drill down a little bit more specifically by clarifying with the ancestor spirit to get a message from our ancestral team. So it says, you want birds to be able to fly underwater. You want love to trump power. You want humanity to relate to each other as equals and to recognize the sacredness in you and in the world around you. You want to unleash the beauty that hides in even the ugliest of scenes or sentiments. You want to make possible what others say cannot be. You are a radical dreamer, a sacred rebel, and you bring the light of a more positive future to this world. However, this can have its burdens. Deep within you, you may feel that you don't really fit in with the rest of the world. Perhaps your sense of how things can be and how they really are is so different to the smaller minds or more fearful hearts of many others that you are rarely received for all that you offer. This might make you feel frustrated, thwarted, or lonely at times. The universe so loves you for your unusual take on things, for the quirkiness in you that dares to honor that which is different and renders the impossible possible. You must never ever lose your unusual ways and become dry, serious, appropriate, and conventional, not even for appearance's sake, for you would lose your essence. This is calling us out on those people-pleasing tendencies, our codependency. It says to honor your uniqueness. Honor what makes you different. And sometimes you're going to have to ruffle some feathers in order to do that in order to defend that which you find to be worthwhile. It ain't going to always be pleasing to everybody. You got to be okay with it. It says, you are here to show that life is about so much more than conventional success. This oracle comes with a special message for you. You are someone who lives and breathes in the depths of creative waters. You need to lose yourself to the flow of music, nature, dreams, imagination, and fantasy through art and literature, meditation, dance, and in sensual surrender to the sacred waters of the ocean, the river, the lake, or the bathtub. This is reminding me of this song by Eminem. You gotta lose yourself The moment you own it, you better never let it go. You only get one shot. Do not miss your chance to blow, because opportunity comes once in a lifetime. You better lose yourself. I'm going to put that on the community board too. So it says, you must go against the grain. It is just your way. You are not one of the followers, but one of the agitators. However, yours is not a force of disrespectful chaos. You are a loving catalyst, and by simply being yourself, you constantly remind people that there is always another way. Didn't I say something about just being your unique self, y'all? This oracle comes with a particular guidance that you are meant to be exactly as you are. You are meant to be the black sheep, the rainbow sheep, or even the wild wolf in the flock of sheep. Get the fuck out of here! The daring butterfly spirit calling to the caterpillars, that is you. The price you pay for the gift of individuality is that you must take care of it and guard it so that you are not dulled down and conditioned into playing at being something that you are not, which is small. You are not meant to play small because you're not small. You big fish, okay? If this has happened or is threatening to happen, this oracle brings you comfort. You will always dream of birds that fly underwater. You know that the true nature of your being can never be changed. At most, it could only be hidden for a time. Now is the time to accept who you are and allow your truth to be freely expressed. No more trying to fit in. Don't worry about the effects of going against the grain. When we are who we are in truth, we attract the support, protection, and energy that we need to thrive. Man, I am a motherfucking living witness, yo. When I tell you, ever since I've stepped out in truth, ever since I have been in the pursuit of truth, ever since I have denounced those things that no longer align with or resonate with me, and just stand in the truth of who I am, no matter how goofy, quirky, unattractive, weird, whatever the fuck they may think. Ever since I have owned that about myself, God has sent me such supportive people, even if they were temporary. They just brought what I needed when I needed it. You know what I'm saying? The opportunities have come to me without me even having to seek them. Just tonight, I did a reading for a guy, and he owns a gym and he works with a yoga studio, and he was presenting me with some dope ass opportunities to discuss, like how care, post-traumatic stress, um how to like cultivate training or self-care and healing practices for people who have experienced post-traumatic stress from being incarcerated, because he's done time. And we were talking about how being incarcerated trains people, especially men, to not be emotional, because that's what is required of them to survive while incarcerated, and how being incarcerated does not rehabilitate or correct the behavior, but only cultivates worse patterns, behavior patterns, and emotional immaturity. And like, we just had a dope ass conversation, and I got so much out of it. And some future opportunities have come to me or are coming to me as a result. He was extremely excited about working with me as I am him. And so it was very emotional, intimate conversation that we had about a myriad of things, and it just gave me such validation for the work that I do, for the putting myself out there when I know people is like, that bitch worships the devil. You know what I'm saying? I know they talk about me. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I don't want to fight you. I don't want to go back and forth with you about it. I'm not finna try to defend myself about it. Like, I'm defending my energy. I ain't got time to be defending my reputation against you bitches. Like, I got work to do. You know what I'm saying? Believe what you want to believe. I'm over here going against the grain. You know what I'm saying? And so I just say that I'm a living witness, that it is so worthwhile to go against the grain and do your own thing. We were never created to be carbon copies of one another. We were never created to be robots and do what our neighbors do and do what our coworkers do and do what our friends do, when in our hearts that's just not who we are. You know what I'm saying? So if this has happened, okay, let me go back. The price you pay for the gift of individuality is that you must take care of it and guard it so that you are not dulled down and conditioned into playing and being something that you are not. If this has happened or is threatening to happen, this oracle brings you comfort. You will always dream of birds that fly underwater. You know that the true nature of your being can never be changed, and at most, it could only be hidden for a time. Now is the time to accept who you are and allow your truths to be freely expressed. Don't worry about the effects of going against the grain. When we are who we are in truth, we attract the support, protection, and energy that we need to thrive. Your power comes from aligning your outward self with your inner truth, not with the general consensus. You will then find other dreamers, other wild butterflies, and atypically colored sheep to join you in conjuring better visions for our world. I'm not going to read the healing process for that, but this is more of an affirmation, and it says, I honor myself. I honor the truth that I express through my very being. I accept the protection that I am offered so that I may go against the grain from a place of love and as an invitation for others to be open to life. So be it. That's their protection of the ancestors and Archangel Michael that we've already discussed. And damn, first cards to fall out. I ain't even shuffled the cards. Psychic strength, shield, talismans, gold light. I'm going to shuffle these to see if maybe it comes out again. But Spirit, please clarify this message for the collective at this time. It's a dope ass message. It didn't do nothing but reiterate what I said I was channeling and downloading all of this time. Ooh, I got to let y'all go so I can go blow my nose, child. Oh, don't make no sense how much my nose be running. Embrace your inner gypsy. Freedom, fun, and music. This is all about individuality. Be free. You know, gypsies are known to move around. They travel. You know what I'm saying? They do their own damn thing. Now, they got a reputation for stealing. I don't know how true that is. It's actually some that, it's a family of them that used to work out in my old gym. And I used to be like, why do women be wearing their hair like that? It's just so old fashioned. It's like they in a damn time machine. And my homegirl was like, they gypsies. And she was like, you know, they got a reputation for stealing. And I was like, I don't know about all that, but I'm going to do my research because I don't believe in believing whatever the reputation is. I want to research for myself because y'all got reputations that and stigmas and shit that y'all put on people like me and black people or people who practice certain things, and that shit don't be true. So I'm gonna find out for myself. But with this embrace your inner gypsy, obviously there are some good characteristics about the gypsies that we're needed to tap into. So when I did my research, I found out that that whole gypsy thing comes from, I think, Romania. It originated in Romania, and that is where the term getting gypped, like getting cheated out of something, is gypped is short for gypsy because they known for stealing shit. Again, I don't know how true that is. If you a gypsy, I don't mean no harm, no offense. That's just what I heard. Okay. So let's see. But you're definitely being led. We're definitely being led to be free, to be sovereign beings, to have fun, to move to the beat of our own drum, to dance and not take life so seriously, especially the opinions of other people. So it says, the ancestor spirits wants to help you feel like a creative gypsy. Have you had the desire to run away and leave everything behind you? Have you been feeling like a caged bird or a hamster on a wheel? It is time to free yourself. Be passionate and begin to enjoy life again. You do not need to run away or become a nomad, but you need to do something that can release your stress levels. You may like to dance, sing, travel, or go to a festival or marketplace. Consider what you can do to get back to your fun-loving, free-spirited self. If you can't make the changes today, put things into place so that you don't feel stagnant or trapped. Book a holiday, plan an outing, or dance in your lounge room. Free your mind and your soul by doing things that make you feel alive and passionate. You're not meant to feel like a caged animal. Be true to yourself and to what you want to do and free yourself today. Baby, even in the oppressive times of slavery, my people celebrated and danced and enjoyed some glimpse of freedom just like this. They brought over the customs and practices that they had in Africa. That's the history of what's the name of that damn place in New Orleans? That park. Oh, I went to it and now I can't think of the name of it. Is it something square? Oh, my mind just drew a blank. And y'all know when I start researching stuff while I'm doing readings, it be taking me forever. It's in the French Quarter. Congo Square. In Congo Square, the slaves would meet there on, I think it was Sundays. And they would celebrate and dance and party. And they would sing their songs that they brought over from Africa and all the things. You know what I'm saying? Defend to the end the worthwhile. Whether it's your customs and your culture, your love, how you love, who you love, your thoughts, your ideas. Defend it. Defend your heritage, like those positive things that have come down your generational line. You know what I'm saying? Don't defend that fuck shit that's been tearing your family apart and keeping y'all low vibrational, but defend that within you that is being called to break those chains and be free. Embrace your own inner gypsy. At the top of the deck, we have clear your mind, be present, focus, embrace. The ancestors want us taking time to clear our minds. What I say about that activation I had with the crystal skull activation, getting that clarity, being clear on what it is that you want, how you want to go about getting it, like keeping your eye on the prize and embracing new opportunities and new journey ahead of you. I saw 111 at the beginning of the reading. It's all about new beginnings. Many of you may be experiencing throat chakra activations. Find your voice. You need to speak up. You needed to communicate your truth from the heart, not walking around like a wolf in sheep clothing, scared to express your truth and tell how you really feel about things, about people, about your life. Express yourself, open up, sing out. For some of you, singing may be the thing that helps you to clear your throat chakra. Or just having an open, honest conversation if you feel comfortable. Even if you don't feel comfortable, do it anyway. Get your truth out. Get that vibration out there, and so that you can attract that which you desire to come back to you. But yeah, y'all, that is Soul Food Sundays. I hope the message found you well. I wish you the best as you move forward, defending to the end that which you find to be worthwhile and going against the grain. Know that you have my full support. If you're needing some individual support, feel free to hit me up. Email me for reading at turquoisemajesty@gmail.com. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and until next time, peace.